My name's Jamie. Welcome to my channel, Intuitive Yogi. Today's practice will be doing a Vinyasa flow, so let's just get started. Come on down to a seated position, an easy seated position. If this is a little uncomfortable for you and you want to add some support under your knees, I definitely recommend. Not everybody sits the same way, so sometimes this is just too much to bring your knees all the way down, so a little support is always helpful. Pillow or a block if you need. Let's just start by coming into the practice and centering ourselves here and now in this moment. Taking a minute to close your eyes. As you exhale, take an inhale, and then an exhale. Letting go of what was before, not concerning yourself with your to-do list for later. Allowing time for yourself, the greatest gift you can give. So that you can be fully present for others in your life. To your next breath, flutter your eyes open, big smile, and let's get started. On an inhale, you're going to just bring both arms up, 3 cleansing breaths. So exhale, hands come down to heart center, let it go. Inhale, arms are going to come up. Exhale, let it go, hands to heart center. And one more time, inhale, exhale, hands come down to heart center. Beautiful. Bring your arms out to the side, roll your shoulders back and down. Get grounded on your sit bones. On an inhale, you're going to bring your right arm up and extend long over your left side. Open your chest to the sky. Maybe you look up. Making sure you're staying grounded in your right hip. Not falling over too much, but supporting yourself just enough, but really pulling up and over. Inhale, exhale. Relax yourself into this pose. On the next inhale, bring that arm back up. Inhale, let the arm come down to the side. Left arm comes up and over, extend long. Drop your right shoulder a little bit, looking up to the sky or the ceiling. Big breath in, exhale, let it go. Relax into your pose. Open your chest to the sky. So when I say open your chest, you're kind of just pushing that shoulder back a little bit. Long extension. Inhale as you bring that arm back up and down. Exhale to release. This time we're going to do a side twist or full twist to the side to the right first. So inhale, arms are going to come up. Exhale, rotate your entire torso. Drop your arms, right arm behind you, left arm just at your right knee. You can touch the knee or just on the other side of it. You're not trying to torque yourself over. It's just a gentle twist and a gentle laying of the hand, the right hand behind you. Spine is straight. Crown is up to the sky. And then inhale, exhale as you relax into this pose. Inhale, arms are going to come up again, and then you're going to rotate over to the other side. Exhale, let your hands come down. Same as before. This time your right hand is on the other side of your left knee. Left arm drops behind you, hand planted. Just a gentle twist. Again, you're not torquing your body. You're just going to go where you go, land where you land. Loosen your hips up a little bit if you notice you're tight or holding tension. On the next inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, let those come down to heart center. Beautiful. Exhale. Go ahead and bring your feet in front of you into a butterfly position, Supta Baddha Konasana. You're going to bring the soles of your feet together, sit nice and straight and tall, long spine. As you exhale, you're going to hinge forward. You're not rounding forward, it's a hinge. So it's almost like you're leading with your chest. So inhale, exhale, hinge as you come forward. Over those hips here. And then this might be enough for you, or you stop here, or you go a little further. The point is not to get as low as you can. The point is to be extended, long spine, and to go where you go. And that's going to look different for everyone. You can adjust how close your legs are in or out. It might help. I like to keep my neck long in line with the crown of my head and my spine, all one line of energy. And check my mic. I've had issues with that, so always checking to make sure it's working. You're just breathing here, holding this pose. If this is too much, always feel free to come out of it. On your next inhale, come right up to a seated position. Bring your arms back and behind you, and this time we're going to puff out our chest, roll your shoulders back and down, and bring that chest puffed open. Expansion in that chest. We're so often hunched forward at our desks or over our phones. We don't give our chest the expansion it needs so that we can sit straight and tall. Exhale, release. Next, you'll come to your hands and knees. We'll work on some cat-cows. Making sure when you're on your hands and knees to have your knees underneath your hips, and then you want your shoulders in line with your wrists. You can play around and adjust. You don't always have to fall right into the posture or the pose. You can always adjust as you go. On an inhale, you bring your chest through the gate of your arms. Bring your head up. You don't want to fling your neck back. Just want it gentle to go with the flow of your spine. Exhale, round into your cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, round your spine, cat. We'll do a few more of these. Inhale. And then exhale, round. Inhale. Belly drops a nice stretch. Push that ground away. Exhale, round. And how about one more? Inhale. And then exhale. Push that ground away. Make your spooky Halloween cat. Nice stretch. And then come back to a neutral spine. This time bring your knees out to the side. Toes are going to tuck or touch behind you. Push back into your child's pose. When I'm in child's pose, I often like to actually keep my forearms lifted, but you don't have to. You can relax them a little bit. I just like them up because I get a little bit of a better stretch, engage the muscles. Let yourself relax into the pose. Inhale as you come up. Come back to your hands and knees. Let's just do some hip circles here. Loosen things up a little bit. There's that intuitive part. Kind of play around. See what feels good in your body. If you want to choose stillness, you can. But if you want to loosen up your hips to rock one way or another, I promise if you're at home, no one's watching. Unless somebody is. But go with it. Go with what your body wants to do. If it feels good to kind of shake it out. Maybe you push back a little bit. Anything to kind of get the blood moving, joints loose. Okay, so next I'm going to have you come down to your stomach. We're going to lay flat. We're going to work on our cobra pose. So, mic is good. Okay. So you're going to bring your hands on either side of your chest, and you want your legs, the tops of your feet pressed into the mat. And loosen up your spine a little bit, but pull your belly button into your spine to protect your low back. On an inhale, bring yourself up. Exhale, come on down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, on your next inhale, you're actually going to lift your hands up, a floating cobra, because the goal isn't really to push yourself away, it's to lift with your back. So on an inhale, come on up. Hold your hands up. Look down and forward so you don't scrunch your neck. Shoulders back and down. Exhale. Ooh, that one's hard. Push back into a child's pose briefly. Reset. Inhale, come back to hands and knees. And we're going to go into our downward dog. So you're going to bring your hands in front of you, one hand print from where they were at. Tuck your back toes, push your hips back and down, and then push up into your downward dog. And then just walk it out. Get yourself situated in the position. Rotate your arms so that the eye or the inside of your elbow is sort of facing outward a little bit. Walk your dog, as they say. Your goal is not to get your heels to the ground. It's really just to work them there. Even my heels don't touch. It's okay. That's not the goal. Pull your belly button into spine. Relax your knees a little bit. If at any point this is too much, go ahead and take a child's pose. Just let your head hang. And then on your next inhale, you're going to walk to the top of the mat, maybe a few steps, however many it takes. On an inhale. And then exhale as you're folded forward in your forward fold. Maybe you clasp opposite elbows, give a gentle bend in your knees, and let yourself hang. Exhale to release all that air, make space. Then let your head really hang. Maybe you let your arms really come loose. Ragdoll. I like to go side to side. Kind of just feels good. I don't know why. It just does. Okay, on your next inhale, you're going to root your feet down into the ground and rise up tall. So inhale. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, arms come up to the sky, reaching. Exhale, hands to heart center. This time we're going to inhale. When we exhale, you're going to dive forward into your forward fold. So inhale, exhale, hinge at your hips, fold yourself forward. And then you're going to lift halfway up with a straight spine, gentle bend in the knees. It's up to you if you want to sort of touch your shins. Some people prefer to put their hands on their thighs. If your arms are long and you want to be able to reach the ground, you can, but the goal is really to be hinged at your hips and to have a nice line of energy from your tail to your crown. You don't want to be rounded. On your next exhale, fold yourself forward. Inhale, come all the way up again. Beautiful, hands at heart center. And again, inhale, arms come up. Big stretch to the sky. Exhale, hinge forward, fold. Lift halfway for your halfway lift. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, arms are gonna come all the way up. Hands come down to heart center. Beautiful. And then one more. Inhale. And then exhale, hinge forward. Lift yourself halfway up. Exhale, fold yourself down. Inhale, arms come all the way up. Ooh, beautiful, yogis. Wonderful. Hands are going to come down to the side. As I fix myself. Hands come down to the side. Virtudasana, just your standing pose. Exhale, face forward before we go into the next part of the flow. That way you can kind of see. I like to loosen up a little bit, really ground my feet. Take a mindfulness moment here. Shoulders are rolled back and down. Loosen your knees, but stand nice and tall. Everything is stacked. So your knees over your ankles, hips over knees, shoulders over hips. Chin comes up just a little bit. Shoulders back and down. Hands are out to the side. A couple of breaths here, yogis. And then step to the top of your mat. And we'll start getting into our flow. So on your next inhale, arms are going to come up. You're going to exhale, hinge forward, fold your hips. Lift yourself halfway. Exhale, fold yourself forward, and then step back. Right or left foot, it doesn't matter. Some people get particular about it. I don't. Just so long as you're trading off throughout your practice, unless I specifically recommend one or the other. If you want to be in your plank and just be on your knees for a more gentle plank, you can, a modified plank. If you want to be in full plank, go ahead and lift your knees up. We're going to come all the way down, chaturanga. Actually, you know what? Let's start on our knees. I'm sorry, I lied. Back and forth, huh? We're going to come all the way down to the ground. Elbows come in and back. For your cobra, inhale. Exhale. And then push back to hands and knees. And then push back into your downward dog. And then walk to the top of the mat. Hinge at your hips for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, inhale. When you come up, arms are going to come up with you to the top. Hands back down to heart center. Let's take another flow. Yogi's choice this time if you want to do a full plank or if you want your knees to modify, but I'm going to go through. I tend to do a full plank. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Lift yourself halfway. Fold yourself forward again. Step back, left or right, doesn't matter, unless you want to jump back. Roll over your back toes if you're a full plank, so you're a little more forward. Elbows in, all the way down, and then cobra or up dog. Up dog, lifted, hips are off the ground, thighs are off the ground, but you can also stay down and be in a cobra. And then push into your downward dog. I'm going to do a couple more of those now that we've seen some variations on them. You can kind of choose how you want to go through this or listen to my exact instructions. Walk to the top of the mat. Woo, and don't fall forward. Lift yourself halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms are going to come all the way up. Hands down to heart center. Beautiful. Take a moment. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Lift yourself halfway. Exhale, fold down. Step back. Plank position. All the way down, chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. And exhale, push into your downward dog. Or you can go knees and then hips up. I'll show the other version for the next one. Walk to the top of the mat, a couple steps, 1 or 2, it doesn't matter. Lift yourself halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms come all the way up to the sky. Hands at heart center. Sorry, my hair's getting in my way. Okay, perfect. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway. Hinge forward again. Step back into your plank. All the way down to the ground, chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. Push into your downward dog. Walk that dog for just a second. And then walk, step or hop to the top of the mat. Lift yourself halfway. Forward fold. Inhale, arms come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful yogis. Take a mindfulness moment. Hands out to the side. Breathe it in. Fill your belly. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Let your shoulders release. All right, come to the top of the mat. We're going to go into a couple of different warrior stances here. We're going to go into our high lunge first. Actually, you know what? Let's go into a low lunge. So you're going to step your right leg back just a little bit. Drop your knee down. Let that back foot be flat. The top of the foot be flat. Inhale, arms come up. A 90-degree bend here on your left leg as you push into the quad or the front of your thigh here for your low lunge, sorry. If you want a little more challenge, you can go into your high lunge or you can stay here. Up you go, high lunge. Shoulders are a little bit back and down, but arms stay lifted. Always bring your core in, tuck your belly button to your spine, protect that low back. On your exhale, you're gonna open your arms up. So your right arm is gonna go behind you, left arm is gonna be straight forward, and you're gonna go into your warrior two. So you're gonna pivot that back foot down. So right foot pivots down, right arm opens up behind you, left arm in front, bend into that front left knee, shoulders back and down. Warrior two. Make sure that back arm stays lifted. Take a couple breaths here, making sure you're aligned. You want to be able to see that front toe. You don't want your knee to go one way or another over it. You want to try and keep that knee in line with that ankle. Drop your right arm. Flip your left palm, reverse. Come backwards. Reverse your warrior. On your next exhale, you're going to come forward and you're going to bring that left forearm down onto your left thigh. You're not leaning into it. You're just gently letting it rest. And then bring your right arm up and over. Extended side angle. Open your chest. Keep that knee 90 degrees. Some people like to just keep their hands on their hips. That's a modification. Or you can keep it straight up or over. Lifting from your side body and opening your chest. On your next inhale, come on up Find me in warrior two here. Realign, readjust. Got an ant on me, okay. As you exhale, you're gonna come all the way forward as far as you can go. Reach that left arm forward. Drop the left hand. Straighten that left leg a little bit. Arm comes up, top arm comes up, triangle. You can bring that left hand onto that left shin. And you want to tighten your quad. And don't lock your knee, just a gentle bend. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just has to feel okay in your body. I like to look down, but you can look up. On your next inhale, bend into that left leg. Bring yourself back to warrior two. Pivot that left foot in, right toe in. Drop both arms, hands at your hips. Exhale as you hinge and fold forward. You're going to be in your wide-legged forward fold again. Not rounding, it's a hinge. Like, think about it like a book, like closing the book. So hinge, straight back. Let your arms drop if you'd like. You can grab opposite elbows. Option to sway, or if stillness is your choice. If you want your hands to touch the ground or opposite ankles, you can. Anything that feels okay in your body. Let yourself kind of hang loose. Exhale. All that air makes space. Now walk your hands over to your left and bring that left foot back. Come into a plank. Option to drop the knees. Come into a plank and chaturanga all the way down. Push back into your cobra or up dog. And then push back into your downward dog. And wait. Okay. Whew. It's a little warm out here. I'm outside. Inhale, exhale. You find you're losing your breath a little bit, or don't fall. You find you're losing your breath a little bit. Take a moment of stillness. Walk to the top of your mat. Hang in your forward fold. Exhale. Let it all go. Inhale, arms come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now I'm going to go to the other side of the mat, but we're going to start working on the opposite side now. Before we did our right leg, now we're going to go with the left. Arms come up. On an inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. Go ahead and keep them there. Lift that left leg, step back a little bit, about halfway. Find your balance, drop down to your low lunge. You can put the tops of your foot flat on the mat and adjust so that you're bent in a 90-degree angle with your right knee. And push forward into that. Feel that stretch all the way along your thigh here, your quad. Arms are going to come up. Option to keep them here. Ooh, that is a stretch for me. I have very tight quads and hamstrings. Stay lifted, shoulders back and down. Tuck your belly button to your core. Find yourself in this pose. If you want to lift up, bring yourself to your high lunge. Pivot that back foot down. Open to your warrior two. Making sure that your front heel is in line with the arch of your back foot. Arms are lifted, looking over that front fingertips. Back arm is lifted, bending into that front knee, making sure you can still see your big toe. Quad is nice and tight and engaged. Shoulders over hips. Drop that back arm, that left arm. Flip your right palm, reverse your warrior, come backwards. Let me make sure my mic's on. Okay. Realign, readjust as you need. Go where you go. When you exhale, come forward. Bring your right forearm onto your thigh. Top arm comes up and over for your extended side angle. Option to have your hand on your hip if you just need a little break. Or hand can be straight up or over. Stay lifted, stay long on your left side body. And just rest your forearm so that your core has to do a little bit more work. Get a little shaky shakes here. On your next exhale, bring that top arm out behind you. Lift that front arm forward and up. Come into your warrior two pose. Readjust, realign. Now bring yourself forward as far as you can with that right hand. Reach those fingertips. Drop that right arm. Straighten that front knee. Left arm comes up. Right hand on your shin for your triangle. Option to look up. I think I'll take a break and look down. Trying not to lock your knee, which I have a tendency to do. We all do. Loosen, engage. Like loosen your knee, engage your quad. That didn't make sense. Stay lifted in your triangle. Bring that back arm down. Come to your warrior two. Hands are going to come to your hips. Pivot your right foot in. Adjust. You're going to hinge forward into your wide leg forward fold again. Give yourself a nice little rest. Countering all that work we just did. Little traction, little hanging. And then for our next pose, we're going to come into a yogi squat. So, start walking your feet in together. You can have your hands on the ground if you need to. You want them just a little bit further than hip width apart. You can adjust as you need. You're going to bring your toes out just a little bit, and you're going to come into a squat. Now you might only go this low, this low, this low. You're going to kind of have to play around. You can always put a block or a pillow to sit on underneath once we get into the position. You're going to come all the way down. I always like to adjust a little bit. You're going to bring elbows into knees, knees into elbows. And rather than falling forward onto the inside of your foot, see if you can't push back a little bit so that a little more weight distribution goes to the outside edge of your feet. Make sure your microphone's working. Yes. Too many issues with that. Inhale, and then let's exhale all together. Nice, yogis. This is great for the pelvic floor. If you're a mama and you've had a baby and you feel weakness in your pelvic floor, this is a great exercise. It's good for the knees. It's good, especially as we get older. We lose the ability to get up and down. This is a great one. Another thing to be sure of is that you're keeping yourself lifted. Your crown is to the sky. Your tail is down towards the ground. You might only be here too. Like you're gonna, again, go where you go. Everyone's hips are different. You might be a little tighter. Up farm, I got people. All right. When you're ready, bring your hands behind you. Come on down to a seated position. Put your feet flat on the ground. And we're going to roll ourselves back and down. See if you can go one vertebrae at a time without lifting your feet off the ground. If they come up, they come up. That's okay. But we're working on core strength. All the way down, slow and steady. And then bring your knees in. Tuck them in to your chest. Maybe you rock back and forth a little bit. And just taking a few moments here. Maybe stillness is your choice. And then go ahead and bring your feet flat to the ground here. Knees are still pointed up at the sky. Yeah, okay. Feet flat on the ground, knees pointed to the sky. And what you're going to do is you're going to lift your hips. We're going to do a supine twist. So you're going to lift your hips up off the ground, but keep your feet flat. So lift, and you're going to shift them over to your right side and let your hips come back down. And then bring your knees in, and then you're going to let them roll to your left. So the opposite way you shifted your hips, let your right shoulder come, or your right arm come out, but right shoulder stays down on the ground as much as you can. You need a pillow or a block underneath your knees when you turn, and then you're just gonna chill. If extending your arm is too much, you can also bring it into like a T shape or an L shape. It helps to kind of relax. And then you're just gonna check in with your body. After this light little practice, you notice your glutes are tight, so you can go to that area and relax a little bit. Every exhale brings you softer, more relaxed. On your next inhale, you're going to bring your knees up one at a time. So bring your right knee up. Keep your foot planted on the ground. Left knee comes up. Foot stays planted. Shift your hips back to center. And then we're going to do this again on the other side. So you're going to lift your hips up. Shift them over to the left and plant them back down. Just helps to make it easier so that when you do twist your spine, it's a little more gentle to get into that position. That's why we're doing it this way. Bring your knees in. Check your mic is working, yes. Exhale all the way down. This is good work for your core, but also a nice gentle spinal twist. Maybe you look over the other side. Arm extends long. And then check in where you're tight. See if you can't go to those places and relax. I tend to hold a lot of tension in my hips and my glutes, so I'm constantly checking in to relax there. On your next inhale, bring your knees back up, pointed to the sky, feet are flat. And we're going to just end this practice with a gentle squeeze. Bring your knees in, little ball, give yourself a tight little squeeze. When you exhale, you're going to bring your legs long, arms out to the side. Exhale into your Shavasana, your final resting pose. Nice work, yogis. Nice work, yogis. Allowing yourself time to relax. Take a few moments here. Now, let yourself melt. Now, if you'd like to lay here a little longer for your Shavasana, I highly encourage a longer Shavasana. But for the sake of this video, if people want to kind of get on their way, have work to do, want to get started, go off to the next thing, we can start waking ourselves up. If you want to be here longer, go ahead and pause the video. So on an inhale, bring those arms up over your head. Big stretch, full body. And then you're going to keep your arms there, roll to your side, supporting your head, resting your head on your arm. Take a moment to honor the earth for holding you in your practice today. Take a moment to honor yourself for making it on the mat today. Have gratitude for the space that you hold. When you're ready, slowly start making your way up. Not too quick, don't get a head rush. Trying to let your head come up last. You're going to come to a seated position. Reacquaint yourself with the upright. And then just take a moment of quiet. Exhale. 3 cleansing breaths. Arms come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then just bring your hands gently to rest on your knees. And if it feels okay and you want to repeat after me, I am light. I am love. I give love. I receive love. Thank you for joining me on the mat today, yogis. Namaste.